Well, good morning or good afternoon, depending where you're from. Today's video, I'm getting into the electrical of the bus, and let me show you where I'm currently at. I know, it may be kind of ridiculous having all these external plugs, but there's my first one. It's going to be 110, 15 amp service, which I have a 110, 15 amp service panel that came out of the camper. Which, like I said, I want to run 2 plugs, 2 lights. No big deal. I can run small TV and everything on that circuit. And which means I'm going to install, if I have them all ran on a separate circuit, here's the 15 amp 110 breaker. I will have to have 2 plugs where the 110 is and where the big panel is for 30 amp. So this will be wired, all this stuff, not just the with shore power, but I will also have 12 volt power, because the lights I'm putting, 2 of the lights I'm putting in are 12 volt 110s. They have a switch on one side for 110, and then they have a switch on another side for 12 volt. So it can be, those lights will be able to be used off a battery. And you know, while you're on the road, somebody's got to go to the bathroom, they can turn on a freaking light if you're driving down the road at nighttime, without having to worry about being hooked up to an inverter 110 transfer switch, which I'm probably gonna install. This is all a guessing game. I'm trying to use what I have and make a system that works kind of efficiently. But so I got that all brought in from the outside, plugs installed. I got to put in the waterproof spacer on the wire, put that cap back on, tighten it up, and then bring my wire up to wherever I'm putting, bring my wire up and into wherever I'm putting the panel box. But I'm going to have my 30 amp service directly adjoining it on the outside. Not everywhere has 30 amp service. Instead of doing a 30 amp 110 reducer, I can just plug in 110 if I want to use a small generator. That it's only one of those little 2-stroke generators, which I don't know if I will ever put that on here, but I may. I need simple lighting. Be able to either turn on the TV or run a refrigerator. So even over here at the refrigerator, I may have 3 plugs. I may have the inverter for 110 off of a 12 volt, plus a plug for the 110, plus a plug for the 30 amp. You just switch them out as you go. Be nice to keep your fridge frozen while you're going down the road. It can stay running. If you have it hooked to the inverter, battery bank, and at the same time when you get where you're going, you want to save your batteries, you unplug it, plug it back into, if you're stopped for the night and you have 110 service, you can plug it into 110. But I'm also looking at cooling. So, dog's wife, being locked up in a bus, you have windows down, everything. You sleep kind of comfortably, I guess, with the right airflow. But at the same time, air conditioners are nice. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm still debating on putting the AC unit in this wall, plug up top, power from the plug, that'd be the 110. So if I need to run my freezer at night, I can run it off battery bank that's not run off house batteries, not my cranking batteries. So I can run the freezer at night while the AC's on while I'm sleeping, or vice versa. You know, having that AC in the van, that sucker last year ran non-stop the entire time we were down there, for the entire week we were down there. So I'm trying to do the best I can with what I got. Yes, granted, I can start the bus, leave it at an idle, and run that AC parked. But like I said, I have to put a stack on first, stop any fumes from building up underneath the bus and in the frame. So a lot of things going through my head, so I'm just taking it one step at a time. This may get reconfigured several times, but for now, I'm just going to go with what I got. See you in a bit. Alright, this is day 2. This is as far as I got yesterday. I got my first electrical box mounted, and it ran up and down, up and over, and I had to zip tie all that to length all the way down. I just have to drill a hole, just like I secured these holes here with a black ring. I just have to drill a hole up in there. Somebody got to come through this corner here, right here, with a hole, put a ring in it, protect the wires, drop them down the pillar over. I'll secure them to the side like I secured that to the side. But I still haven't figured out which one I'm going to start with. I know I can have 2 plugs, 2 lights that run off this. So my thoughts are refrigerator and maybe air conditioner. Then again, I'm really not sure. But power to that side of the bus is complete. The good thing about that is, I can always move this, run another wire through it, and if I want to put another plug up that way, I just gang it off of this. Two wires in. I can just go down there, drop another plug down by the kitchen table. So, but bedroom wall, right here, just on this side of the wall is where the refrigerator is going to go. And there's outlet for that. This part of the electrical system I'm still up in the air with. Like I said, I would like to have just a 110. If I don't have a 30 amp plug, I can still just plug in a regular extension cord and, heavy duty extension cord, and be able to take care of the simpler stuff. So yeah, that's my thoughts for now. Trying to wake up this morning. And figure out where I left off. I think where I left off was getting this cover here notched out for this. So that's what I am working on. Matter of fact, you know what? I do have a piece of this here. And I believe it fell on the floor, rolled away. Okay, it's back here in the back. But anyways, I'm not going to drag on the video trying to look for my stuff. So, see you in a bit. Alright, this is day 3. So I have electrical box put in here. I have to drill the hole up in there to put the conduit in. It's ran down there, which run down to that electrical box there, up across the roof, comes out over here, goes that way over to that panel box. Got another one comes back this way to this panel box. So I think talked to an electrician yesterday, a friend of mine, and I'm going to break the power down here with the switch before it goes into the panel box to these 2 lines. So I'll break it coming into this from the converter and 110. I'll have a switch, 110 converter, 110 converter, just like that. That way there's no issues. And then I will figure out whether there's a way to shut them both off, 110 and converter, and have another line coming over to this box with a switch. So when I plug in the 30 amp, I can have this also powering these plugs. You just switch it on and off because it's only 15 amps, so I can put a 15 amp switch in and another 15 amp breaker here. So this breaker will trip, or this breaker will trip. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure. So I'm hoping, because you know you're going to have 2 poles on a 30 amp service. You have your right and your left, which will be your red and your black, your white here, or your black, your red, and then your white here, and your green obviously grounded to something. And this is grounded. So, but it'll be grounded through the plug, so your green here, white, black, red. Same thing here. You come in, you'll have your black, your white, and your green, your ground over here to ground out the box. So, and it's got the 3-prong plug with the ground on it, so everything will be good, but it'll be a transfer switch here to transfer between 110, and hopefully I can have like an off position on it to where neither of them are powering it, and then an on-off switch over here to where I can turn this wire off going to this box. That's my thoughts. I'm going to check it out. I will double check everything. I started boxing in the bathroom. So toilet's going to sit over the wheel well. Shower pan will be in here. Bathroom door will be here. You know, she says bathroom door is only short, and then it will have a shower curtain attached to the roof that does a U shape with you can slide it over and close it, so it can remain open, but there will be a full wall on this side of the door. So this area here will have a full wall when you're sitting on the toilet. Here you'll have a wall on the side of you and a wall behind you, and then a curtain you can pull closed off of the ceiling. It'll have a curtain comes up and back this way. So if this would stand up on its own, so be a full wall behind, because I'm going to turn this into an electrical closet. There'll be a wall, and I'll have a door over here. It'll open for the closet area. And, you know, I may even have it where that's covered, and I got clothes racks in there and shelves. So we'll just wait and see how it comes out. Got the table in and set up, just sitting on the pedestal. I'm going to have to adjust the height of the pedestal of the post. That post is too tall. I don't like when I sit on the bench. I don't like how high the table is, so I will adjust it. And the way they had this mounted, it's off center. So this will all be revamped, and the tabletops can be revamped as well. So this ain't the tabletop I'm going to use, but I am using the hardware. So I will set, because the tabletop more than likely is going to be this thickness plus that thickness. I'm going to use my butcher block table in the house, and I'm going to cut a tabletop custom for this out of butcher block, and then use the rest of the table for the countertop. So I was just getting it set in place so I know where to put the outlets. So I'm going to lower this down to where it's almost flush with the windowsills. Then I will put a brace across for the table to sit on that end, and then the leg itself will be moved to this outer edge of the table, where it can be removed, laid down, table dropped, and possibly turn this into a small bed. I just had to figure out how to get one of these seat backs, more than likely that seat back, to drop flat, and then I could actually use cushions to make this a bed. Because normally you have the backside cushion. The backside cushion, they lay flat. The two seat cushions come to the center, and it creates a bed. So all I can do is wait and see how that turns out too. So that's where we're at, and I'll show you more when I get enough completed. I will post more. Well, here's what's been done since the last project. I got the wall started. This is where the bathroom is going to be. Put another post over here, coming up same height, straight across. There'll be a shower curtain that goes from the door around to the wall. So you can pull the shower curtain open, or pull the shower curtain this way and have it open. And then there'll be a flat pedestal from this wall, right here, from this wall over, there'll be a wall all the way up to the ceiling. See, from here to this. So this section here will be solid wall. Toilet will sit in this area. Shower pan will sit in that area. And then there'll be a door in this area to get into the electrical cabinet. So, and then I'm going to put fur strips here and here to bump out this wall a little bit, so the plumbing that comes in from outside has a place to run. You know, your water lines and everything to fill the tank, run to the faucet, run to the shower. The shower will come in from into the center of this wall up, and it will come through the center of this top post. Like here, there'll be a hole, and your piping will come straight out the center of the pole. And then, of course, wall on each side. And then, let's see. I think that's about as far as I got. I did get electrical box, TV mount, electrical box. So, and I'm I want to say I'm going to do only one 110 light, and it's going to be coming off that box to the light above the sink. Just so these 3 plugs will run off the inverter when we're driving. They'll run off 15 amp when we're parked with 110. There'll be a switch in between, with a 3-way. You'll be able to turn the power coming in from the 110 or the inverter off. And then it will be dog-legged to another 2-way switch on off to this panel. So when this is running 30 amp, I turn that 15 amp, 20 amp switch on, which will run over to this 15 amp breaker, which will run those 3 outlets off of the 30 amp service. So you'll have 15 amp service, 30 amp service, 15 amp service, 30 amp service. So when it's in 30 amp service, the power won't run back. Or when it's in 15 amp service, it'll be in the off position. So power won't be able to go from the switch to this panel. So this panel will be dead at 15 amp service. Flip the switch, this panel and that panel will both be alive at 30 amp. But the 15 amp outlet and the inverter will be dead. Of course, we know the inverter will have power from the batteries, but no power will be coming out of the inverter into the box. That's what I was getting at. So that's where I'm at right now. We are coming up. Here, I'll switch back. We're coming up on a holiday weekend, which is going to be a no projects weekend. So I'm not going to get into any projects for the weekend. I just wanted to show everybody what the progress has been made so far, so I can get this video posted. I have been doing work on a daily basis, like I say I do. So I just want to show you. And I remounted the driver's seat. I put the table in place to see where my seats are going to sit. And then I started framing in the bathroom. So, and of course got some electrical wires ran. But because of the upcoming weekend, all projects are on hold until probably Monday, which is actually the holiday. But the weekend of the holiday, you know, that's when I cease to do the projects. So if you like the content of today's video, please like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And whatever you're doing out there, be safe, have yourselves a great day, and enjoy your holiday weekend.